Hi guys. Well, you joined me at an exciting moment. There we go. It rolled down the window because I was getting a little bit too much echo, but still a little bit left. But anyways, I've been wanting a dash cover for my EXPs. I say that plural for a long time. I've looked everywhere, and they used to be everywhere. You know, you used to be able to find them on internet, and JC Whitney carried a few nice looking ones that I was really interested in. But you know, a lot of them showed just generic stock photos, you know, of like dashboards that look similar to EXPs. Like they look a lot like this, but they're not Escorts, they're not EXPs, they're not even Fords. They're just they resemble this shape, so I couldn't even tell you what cars they're from. Just some, you know, just random dashboard, you know, that they find, and it looks kind of like the EXP one, and that's, you know, it just makes things a little confusing because then you call and talk to people and they say, oh, yes, we guarantee the fitment on EXPs, and then you say, oh, do you have any photos? And like, no, but we do guarantee it's fit. Like, okay, well, since then, because that was a few years ago, since then, JC Whitney has pulled all of their Escort and EXP dash covers. So, you know, all that's out there is what was on eBay. And everything that was on eBay had disappeared too. So all that was left was generic until I found this place. It's called Dash Design. I believe they're based out of Arizona. Yep, based out of Arizona. And they're real nice people to work with. They have a decent website. You can buy your dash cover in many different fashions and arrangements. And their customer service is actually really nice. Turnaround time after you order one of these, and this is during COVID, by the way, so turnaround time was about 3 weeks. It says when you purchase it, it takes 7 to 9 business days to put in a box, because they make them by order. So that's how long it takes for them to make it and then put it in a box, and then it's on its way to you. So, you know, after that time, it could take you know, about a business week to receive it if you're in the United States. So yeah, that's what it was for me, about 3 weeks. And it got here, and it came in their own branded box, which is cool. Dash Designs. And they make more than just dashboard covers. They make seat covers, and a whole bunch of other interior goodies for cars. But I was only interested in the dashboard cover for my EXP, so that's what I did. So they sent it in the box, and my only criticism is the box didn't hold up all that great in package, but I'd be more apt to blame that on the postal carrier than I would Dash Designs. This is pretty good. And then when you get it in the box, it is rolled up, kind of like in this photo. You get it and it's rolled up like that. So then in the instructions, the one thing I don't like about this is they actually stapled the instructions to the cover. They stapled it right here, and then they also stapled these Velcro peel and sticks on here too. So these Velcro strips are what you use to mount it with, but we'll get to that in a minute. But you know, you can take your handy dandy Xeron cutters, flush cuts, whatever you want, to the back end of the staples, and then just like that, the holes kind of disappear. There's a light imprint here, but that will go away. You know, the other one's more or less already gone, but you won't see them after a while. And you know, they put them in a place that's not obvious. You'd never see that, you know, from the cockpit. So but yeah, and they're real apt to answering questions on phone or email. I emailed them asking about these because, you know, anyone who's had an EXP knows that whenever you order parts for these, you kind of have to ask to see if they'll, one, fit your EXP in, and then two, if they'll guarantee fitment. And they wrote me back just like 2, 3, maybe 4 hours later after I wrote them on a Monday, and they wrote back telling me everything I asked for. It was really nice. So I was quite pleased with their customer service. So I got it. I unrolled it. Like I said, that's the first step. Step 1 is unroll it, and da-da-da-da-da. There are no sensors in this car. The only thing I have is this clock and speaker grills. And it's neat. You can order it. You can order this piece to have the clock opening, or to have the clock opening just flushed over. Because all EXPs and LN7s came with the clock, and then they were optional in the Escorts. Now, in EXPs and LN7s, when they were new, the buyer could opt to have the clock removed, and that would grant them a $25 credit for not having the clock. So one of my EXPs does not have the clock. So would I want this opening? Probably not on that one. But on here, I'll show you in a little bit. It looks real nice and sweet. So that's most of the instructions. Then on the back, it talks a little bit about their Velcro system. Like I said, these are just peel and stick Velcros. So I think they're just both male. Yeah. Yep. So then they grab real good, actually, like really good. Yeah, I'd rate that stick like a 6 or 7 out of 10. That's pretty good. But when you mat it down, it will stick even harder. So, but yeah, it says just cut these to the length you want. Peel the adhesive backing off of these, and stick it onto your dashboard wherever you'd like. So, I'll show you in a little bit. The mat doesn't wrap around the corners, and I like that. I don't like the ones that wrap around the sides here, because it's already a tight fitment between the dashboard and the door card. And yes, that would be an ideal place to put some of the stickum. You see here, it's really tight. These scars in stock form, this vinyl will actually scuff the dash, and it'll pull paint off it. So it's a good thing that this does not wrap around that. So they recommend putting it on the face of the dashboard, and it says, prep the surface, clean it accordingly, which mine isn't, but I'm not going to use the stickums. I'm going to experiment for a week, see how this cover holds up without me using the adhesives. But probably a good place for these would be like on the leading edge of the speaker grill, because back there you can see it bevels down, and maybe you put one right here just in front of the defrost vent, because then if you ever took the carpet off, you wouldn't see this driving. This is my eye level. I'd never see that. You'd see the reflection in the window, but that's it. And you have the similar options. You can stick it all on the back there, or if you want to be clever, you can put on the back side of this spot. If it wasn't for that adhesive backing, which you're supposed to remove anyways, you wouldn't see that there, and it would be quite effective, very effective. But that's your preference. I'll see how it goes without it. I'm pretty sure I don't need it. And then it does have a 5-year warranty. If you get the actual carpet one, it's actual carpet. If you get the actual carpet one, it's a lifetime warranty. But I opted for the black suede. Yes, the brushed black suede, or EXP. You can order the Escort one too. It's just I ordered the EXP one because I wanted it to come with the clock. That's just reassurance for me, but you don't have to do that. If it says with clock, it means with clock. I was just testing the system, but I'll put the cover up here. It's really easy, honestly. All it takes is a few seconds, and it goes over well. The one tricky part about installing it is making sure that the front lip gets as far back as it needs to. But that's a given in these cars. Anyone who has the window shades knows what that's like. You have to stick it in there real good and hard. But once it's installed, this is how it looks, and it is quite nice. I like it a lot. The only thing I don't like is it does cover up the speaker grills, so it could muffle sound some, but that's not a high concern for me, because this I'd only have on when I'm, you know, like not driving it. Who knows? I gotta have it on while I'm driving it. It doesn't bother me, as long as I can still hear the speakers some. But I don't think it will be, you know, flying out at me when I do a hard acceleration or anything. But I'll step out for a minute so you can have some different views. You can kind of see it. Of course, you can't see darn reflections in the window, but it actually does follow the dashboard almost perfectly here. It does not cover up your VIN tag, which is fine. And then it actually matches the defrost vents perfectly. It matches the clock opening very closely. And then the speaker sections, they're actually padded a little bit differently than the whole rest of it. You can see that this is made, they like raise the section a little bit some way, somehow. I'm not quite sure how they do that, but it's obviously a little bit different, only over the speakers than it is elsewhere. But fits quite nice. It says to leave it on your car for a while, probably so it conforms to the shape. But already out of the box, it's not far off, really. If you were to have the adhesives on the backside of the shelf, like I said, this would be nice and tucked in. It would look real sweet. But they just have their little logo on the corner, and it's totally fine. Looks nice. Very presentable. Their black is quite nice. The camera is doing magic on it. On the camera, yeah, it looks like my blue A-pillar, but I guarantee that's not the case. What I ordered is black, and it is an almost perfect match to my to the flat black on my dashboard, and that's fine by me. I love it. I am ecstatic. This is fantastic. So I do highly recommend it. And I highly suggest you go out, look these guys up, and order a set, because this is quite nice. Maybe someday I'll experiment with drilling holes in the cover. I'll actually make a video of this, you know, a sound video, so that you can hear music playing through here. I'd do that now. However, YouTube doesn't want me to do that because I could be copyright infringement. So I'll play I'm a musician, I write songs, so I'll play my own music, and then you'll be able to tell the difference between it off and it on, and then we'll decide if it's worth modifying or not. I don't think it will be, but you know, you'd always pull it off. If it sits like this going down the road just fine, you know, then you don't need to use the Velcro things, which means it will come off in a jiffy. But all in all, extremely happy. I will have a link to their website, a link to the actual product, the one I recommend, the Brushed Suede in black. But again, you can order them in a dozen colors, and then you can order it in about, like a dozen or 2 dozen different fabric types. So it's really cool. But I'll leave it at that. I'll go in for the night and start sharing this with you guys. So enjoy. I'm really excited. I hope you are too. Thanks, guys.